Good morning and welcome into the Lifeline Morning Show. I'm Steven. Thanks so much for hanging out with me. You know, I love to get your day started off on the right foot. And to help with that, I use an inspiring quote. Today's is really good from Mother Teresa, who said, "Go out into the world today and love the people you meet. Let your presence light new light in the hearts of people." Oh, what a challenge. Oh my goodness. How can you share your light with somebody in your world today? Maybe with a complete stranger. There are a multitude of ways to do that. Whether it's just by a smile on your face, greeting them, saying good morning, holding the door open for them. So many ways you can do that. But being aware of your surroundings, watching people, kind of listening for their needs, and then figuring out how to help fill those needs. That's a huge way as well. Maybe there's somebody at the workplace, they've really been struggling here lately, and you know what would really make their day? Well, I want to encourage you. Go ahead and make that happen. See if it doesn't make you feel amazing at the same time. And it's not just for you to feel good. It's you knowing that you could bring some light to their life. So bring it today. And let's help this light just to keep catching. And let's light up this place. It's a really dark world. You hear it all the time. You hear and you see the bad news on TV and sometimes on the radio, on the internet. But we can be the light in a really dark spot. So I challenge you, let your light shine today. Take the cover off of it. Let it just shine for all to see. And as it does, other people's lights start getting brighter and brighter and brighter. It's amazing. And suddenly there's a beacon of hope right here in the middle of your world, helping people know, hey, it might be dark out there, but I know who has the light, and he can give it to you too. So do it, all right? All right, hey, I'm encouraged now. I pepped myself up this morning. Thanks for hanging out with me. Now let's get you pepped up even more with a really cool song. It's from Cochran & Company. It's called Parking Lot. What's in a name? Well, a whole lot, actually. And in today's world of technology, where almost everybody has a smartphone in their pocket, well, business owners are kind of cluing into search engine optimization and how they're naming their businesses. This is crazy. So I found this story out of Manhattan where this business owner, he owns a restaurant and they serve Thai food, right? Well, guess what he named his business? Thai food near me. Because that's what people type into Google when they're looking for Thai food near them. And he's not the only person to do this, but this made me chuckle so hard because that's the name of his business now. So if you type in Thai food near me, you're going to see his business. Oh, it's so good. So another one is dentist near me. So you can probably look forward to seeing a lot of these businesses being named such and such near me. So don't let it surprise you. They're just trying to make sure they can bring in the most customers that they can because, hey, everybody searches online these days. I've got a little something about that, searching online, and how this generation knows to do it, but, the Gen Xers, the millennials even. As a millennial, see, I was born in 82, so I'm actually considered a millennial. I can tell you that I remember the time before the internet, and now the time after the internet. So there are a lot of differences, and I'm going to bring some of those to light later on in the show. So I hope you'll stick around and walk down memory lane with me, okay? In the meantime, some more great music. I got Lauren Daigle here with These Are the Days on the Lifeline Morning Show. Good morning, New York City. I never thought I'd be able to say that, but here we are. We've got listeners right now at Madison Square Park in New York, New York. Thank you for making us part of your day. I hope you're enjoying your balmy 38 degrees right now because us here in North Alabama, well, we are enduring some 20s at the moment. 28 degrees in Arab, Alabama, where I live. So thanks for making us part of your day. We're so proud to have you here. And we can't forget our friends over in Helsinki, Finland, who are listening as well. And as these pins keep popping up on my map, I'll keep shouting people out, okay? And I'll keep playing some more great music, like this song right here. It's Elevation Worship with Taryn Wells and echo. Your word of life today comes to you from John chapter 14, verse 26 in the New Living Translation of the Bible. But when the Father sends the advocate as my representative, that is the Holy Spirit, he will teach you everything and will remind you of everything I have told you. I am so thankful for the Holy Spirit. Listening to his leading and actually following it, doing what he calls us to do. There's nothing like it in the world. So why don't you share this word of life with somebody else and tell them what it means to you? It's a great way of sharing your faith. We made it real easy for you too. We plastered it all over our socials: Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, and TikTok, and it's always at the top of our website, 885jfm.com. I'm always looking for great advice, right? Just some simple truths to think about throughout the day to make my day just a little bit better. And sometimes I find them in the weirdest places. Like from a guy who looks completely disheveled. He's just a mess. And he doesn't sound like he'd know much of anything, but my goodness, the insight that he has. Of course, I'm talking about Rodney D. Norman and the timeless wisdom that he shares all the time. I do this usually a little later on in the show, but it's just hitting on all cylinders right now, and I wanted to share it with you. A little piece of advice from him. It's really going to go a long way. And let's talk about it when he's done, okay? Take a listen to this.
You're the only you've got, so take good care of it.
That's it. You are the only you've got. So take good care of it. Let's think about that for a second, because you could hear that and say, that's cliche. I've heard that before. But no, really think about it. How can you take good care of you? Because you're a very complex being, aren't you? Yeah. You got a lot of stuff going on. You've got responsibilities. Yeah. You've got all kinds of things going on, a busy schedule. But what have you done lately for you? Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that we should be selfish at all. I'm just saying that we've got to make room for ourselves as well. So when's the last time you did something that you really enjoy? When's the last time you recharged your own batteries? When's the last time you did something good for yourself? Well, you know what? You need to factor that into your day. Make time for you, because you are pretty important. In fact, I'd venture to say you're more important to some people than you actually even know. So please, take care of yourself today. Do something fun and exciting, something that gets your heart racing, something that is just one of those things you look forward to, a memory that can be made. And if you can involve other people in it, do that too, because man, that's going to be a blast. And snap a picture, take a video in the middle of it, so that whenever you're kind of in a, dark spot, you can just look back at that picture, that video, and remember exactly where you were and what you were doing and how fun that was. And that's going to pep you up. It's pretty cool how that works. Here's Micah Tyler with Praise the Lord, right here on the Lifeline Morning Show. Thanks for hanging out with me. It's going to take a little while to reach that high of 62, considering that in Boaz right now, it's just the inverse of that. It's not 62, no, it's 26 degrees. Oh, it's chilly out there. Going to need those sleeves for a while. It's 28 in Arab. It's 30 right now in Huntsville. And the hot spot right here in Gunnersville, 33 degrees. And, this week I've been watching my streaming map, and I haven't been seeing Palm Coast, Florida light up. Usually there's a pin right there where Joel Modest listens to us from. But you know what? I just got a text from him just a little while ago. He said that actually he is on the Caribbean right now on a Royal Caribbean cruise ship. And he's still listening to us. I'm watching for his pin to pop up down there in the Caribbean. But he is very happy with 77 degrees right now. I just had to mention it. Thank you, Joel, for making us part of your day, man. You rock. You always take us with you wherever you go. So thank you. Right now, we've also got listeners in Atlanta, Georgia, and we've got some right here in Gunnersville, Alabama. Thank you for hanging out with us as well, whether it's a stream, the radio, or the podcast. Just want to make sure y'all understand. We're thankful for you. You're the reason why we're here in the first place. All right, let's get you that word of life real quick. Today, it's a good one from John 14, verse 26 in the New Living Translation of the Bible. But when the Father sends the advocate as my representative, that is the Holy Spirit, he will teach you everything and will remind you of everything I have told you. That's good stuff. We are not alone. The Holy Spirit is guiding us. It's our job to follow his lead. So do that today and watch where he takes you. I think you'll be pleasantly surprised. Why don't you share that word of life and share a story with somebody as to what that scripture means to you? It's a great way of sharing your faith. We made it real easy for you. It's plastered across our socials, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, and TikTok. And it's always at the top of our website, 885jfm.com. All right, more great music for you now. I got For King and Country with What Are We Waiting For? What's up, Bud Williams?
Frost on the pumpkin.
Frost on a pumpkin. A blast from the past. You ready for this? I sure hope so. Been a while, hasn't it? Yeah. Painful, isn't it? You remember dial-up? Some people listening right now are, what is that sound? Well, let me tell you what that is. That's the sound of the World Wide Web coming to you in your very own home. And that is something that we really look forward to, especially when I was young. Let me tell you a little bit more about that. You see, I was born in 1982. Back then, I think computers were coming onto the scene, but not in your house. It wasn't until probably the mid-90s that we actually got our first computer. And that is only because I have an aunt who worked at an insurance company, and they were getting new computers and getting rid of their old ones. So she was able to buy some really, really cheap, and we were able to get it from her. So then I got introduced to AOL Online and chat rooms and search engines, and it just opened up this whole world of possibilities, right? So for those of you who lived before the age of the internet, you know how hard it was to get things done. And the generation now, well, those of you sitting in the car right now waiting to go to school, you are living in a different world right now. We all had to live through that to get us to where we are today. So I want to talk about a couple differences between then and now, and just try to wrap this around your head, okay? Here we go. So back then, people knew very little about what they were missing out on. If it wasn't on network evening television, on just a few channels on the TV, by the way, we're talking about maybe 3, 4, 5 channels, that's it. Or if it wasn't on a store shelf in your town or in the Sunday newspaper, it simply didn't exist for you. If you had an inkling something existed, say you heard that tinfoil was now available in sheets instead of in one giant roll, you could go around asking people if you wanted, but you're more than likely you were gonna get a shrug and that's it, right? Well, now you have a question, you Google it. The world is right there at your fingertips. It's crazy. So it was definitely a different world. And here's one more, okay? This one's gonna get you. So there were so few choices for anything out there. Today, it's like anything you want, if it's imaginable, it's available in a variety of sizes, and it's delivered to your door like overnight or 2-day shipping. No, back in the day, we had catalogs and mail order with 4 to 6 week delivery, not days, weeks. Malls were the best things ever because all the stores were in one place. So there you go, just a couple of differences. If you have questions about that, just ask your parents how it was. They're likely to say it was simpler. And I know it's weird, right? But times then, it just feels different. So go ahead and ask that question. And get ready for the car line competition because it's coming up pretty shortly. Somebody's going to be winning some gift cards, and I hope it's going to be you. So stick around, okay? Say it with me in 3, 2, 1. Give me the horn! All right, let's start that engine and let's start the music so I can say, hey, everybody, it's time to play the car line competition. Your chance to win some gift cards this morning. I got one to Wendy's for a Frosty, one to Albertville Home Bakery for a couple of cupcakes or cookies, your choice, and one to the Caring Heart Thrift Store in Arab. Yeah, so here we go. Here's your first question. Just how smart are you? We're about to find out. Which word can mean to adjust a lens, or it can be the name of a Ford car? Is it a Falcon, a Laser, a Focus, or a Fusion? 256-505-0885 is the number to call. Again, which word can mean to adjust a lens or the name of a Ford car? Falcon, Laser, Focus, or Fusion? 256-505-0885. I've got my caller. Stay on the phone line with me while I start this next song, and I'll get your answer. Here's Patrick Mayberry with Lead On, Good Shepherd. Good morning.
Hi,
Hi, what's your name?
Adeline.
Adeline, what's going on?
I'm headed to school.
Headed to school. What grade are you in?
6.
6th grade. Are you liking 6th grade this year?
Yes.
Very good. Well, I've got a question for you. Now, this question could land you 3 gift cards, so I hope you get it right. Let's see. Which word can mean to adjust a lens or be the name of a Ford car? Is it Falcon, Laser, Focus, or Fusion?
Focus.
Focus is correct. Congratulations to you. You just won 3 gift cards. What do you think about that?
I think that's amazing.
I think it's amazing too. And here's the part I really love. I get to ask you about 2 very special people in your life. The 2 that you're going to share some love with.
I feel like my dad and my mom.
Oh, your dad and your mom. Well, what do you love about that dad of yours?
My dad teaches me to do a lot of stuff, and he wants me to make the best out of me.
Oh, very cool. And how about that mom?
My mom teaches me a bunch of stuff like that my dad doesn't know. She's always there for me.
That is awesome. I love the way that you said that. That was so good. Adeline, thank you so much for calling this morning. And hey,
Thank you.
I wonder, is your mom in the car?
No, sir.
Is your dad in the car?
Yes, sir.
Do you mind if I talk to him?
Hello.
Hey, Dad, how are you?
Good, and you?
I'm doing great. Hey, I just wanted to thank you for letting Adeline call in this morning. That was a blast.
Yeah, we were listening to the radio, and we always listen.
Oh, well, thank you.
To listen to Christian music, get the day started off right.
Oh.
And he said, "Y'all had a call," and she called.
That's awesome. Well, what did you think about her shouting you out on the radio this morning?
I don't know. That's pretty awesome. I'm glad she called and had the, I guess, the fortitude to call.
Yeah.
Her daughter was embarrassed and didn't want to call.
Really? I got you. Well, you got a good one there. Thank you so much for calling, and I hope to hear from y'all again soon, okay?
All right. Thank you, sir. You have a great day.
All right, you too. Bye.
Bye.
Adeline taking home some gift cards this morning on the car line competition, and see, it's painless. It didn't hurt at all. She called, she won, we had some fun, so hopefully that other one that wasn't quite bold enough to call will call me sometime soon, and we can have some fun together as well. All right, so hey, I've got another chance to win some gift cards right now. Where in the body would you find the smallest bones? Are they in the wrist, the ear, the little finger, or the ankle? 256-505-0885 is a number to call. Again, where in the body would you find the smallest bones? The wrist, the ear, the little finger, or the ankle? 256-505-0885 is the number to call. I've got my caller. Stay on the line, and here is Chris Tomlin with Holy Forever. What a song, Chris Tomlin, Holy Forever, right here on the Lifeline Morning Show. We're in the middle of this car line competition. I just got an answer to that last question, and I got to play it because there's a little something in it for you. So here, take a listen. Hey, good morning.
And what was the question again?
Question is, where in the body would you find the smallest bones? The wrist, the ear, the little finger, or the ankle?
The ear?
The ear is correct, Bud Williams. Yes, sir, you got it. The smallest bones in your body are right there. They help you to hear. So, yeah, you just won some gift cards.
I'm going to roll them over.
All right, man, we will roll them over and keep having some fun. Thanks for calling. And it's done just like that. Every now and then, we'll get a call, they'll win, and say, hey, I don't want the gift cards, I want to roll them over. So we start a little bit of a train, and somebody gets 6 gift cards instead. Now, there's something very important to remember. Whenever we roll these gift cards over, pay close attention to the writing on the gift cards, such as on the Caring Heart Thrift Store. It's 1 per person per trip. So I just wanted to make sure you understand, if you win multiples, I'm hoping that you're giving them out to different people, because you can't use like 2 or 3 at the same time when you go there. So just a heads up for you. All right, let's get to it. Here is the question for you. All right. Let's see. How hard do I want to make it? Let's make it fun. Yeah, let's do that. The name of which plant comes from the French for teeth of a lion? Is it daffodil, mistletoe, dandelion, or Leo Moeller? 256-505-0885 is the number to call. Again, the name of which plant comes from the French for teeth of a lion? Is it daffodil, mistletoe, dandelion, or leomolar? 256-505-0885 is the number to call. I'm waiting on your call. Oh, I'm not waiting anymore because there it is. I'm going to capture that call. Stay on the phone line with me while I start this next song, and I will get your answers. Danny Goki with New Day, right here on the Lifeline Morning Show on your 88.5 JFM, making your day better. Thanks for hanging out with me. Good morning.
Good morning.
What's going on, Richard Rudy?
Not much.
All right. Well, man, I got a question for you now. We're going all the way to France for this one because there's a plant that's named after, well, it's a French word that means teeth of a lion. Is it daffodil, mistletoe, dandelion, or leomolar?
I'm hoping I'm right. I'm going to say dandelion.
I'm going to say you are correct, sir. Yes, 6 gift cards. What do you think about that?
I like that. I'm going to roll them over.
All right, man, we can do that. You want to shout somebody out this morning?
I'm going to shout out all my friends.
All your friends. They mean a lot to you, don't they?
Yes, sir.
Man, that's good stuff. Well, thank you for sharing the love. Thanks for calling, and we will talk with you soon. You're going to make somebody very happy this morning, Richard.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Listen to that, Richard Udy, and we had Bud Williams, both of them rolling their gift cards over, causing a little bit of a train to happen. So instead of 6 gift cards now, well, it increases to 9 gift cards. So do you have what it takes to win? And man, that's a lot of love you can share with a lot of people. 9 gift cards. It's going to be awesome. So here we go. Red Admiral. No, sorry. Let me start it again. Red Admiral and Cabbage White are types of what? Dogs, butterflies, vegetables, or racing sailboats? 256-505-0885 is the number to call. Again, Red Admiral and Cabbage White are types of what? Is it dogs, butterflies, vegetables, or racing sailboats? The number to call is 256-505-0885. 9 gift cards up for grabs, and there is my caller. Stay on the phone line with me while I start this next song, and I'll get your answer. Here's Cody Carnes with Firm Foundation. Good morning.
Good morning.
What's going on?
Not much.
Where are you headed?
So,
What grade you in?
I'm in 6.
What's your favorite subject?
Probably reading.
Reading. What's your favorite color?
I don't really know.
Oh, you got to pick one. Come on. Is it red, blue, orange, purple?
Probably a mixture of purple, pink, and blue.
Ooh, wow. Okay. All right. And what's your favorite food?
Probably cheese pizza.
Oh, yeah. That's some good stuff right there. What's your name?
Ava.
Ava. All right, Ava. I got a question for you. If you get this right, you're going to win 9 gift cards. So here it is. Red Admiral and Cabbage White are types of what? Is it dogs, butterflies, vegetables, or racing sailboats?
Butterflies.
Butterflies is correct. Congratulations to you. You just won 9 gift cards. Ava, what do you think about that?
That's pretty cool.
I think it's pretty cool too. And you know what I really love about this is with those 9 gift cards, you can put a lot of smiles on a lot of faces. And right now though, I want you to tell me about 2 very special people in your life that they mean a lot to you.
Probably Livy, my best friend, and then my granny.
Awesome. Tell me what you love about that granny of yours.
I just love her for how she's so sweet and caring for all of us.
Oh, I love that. All right, now tell me something special about that best friend of yours.
Livy, she's a new student at my school, and the first person she ever saw was me, and she's really shy and bashful around people, and like she don't like talking to other people unless it's like one of her best friends, and I was the first one of her friends to come up to her and talk to her, and me and her have been best friends ever since.
Oh, that's awesome. What a cool story. That's great. Thank you for sharing some love here on the radio. Now, is this Ava Collins?
Yes, it is.
Very cool. Ava, thank you so much for calling. It's always fun to hear from you. I hope you have a great day.
You too.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
So, purple, pink, and blue. I just Googled that. And believe it or not, those make some amazing tie-dye colors. Ava, I'm liking your color selection this morning. Thank you. Thank you for sharing the love as well. And 9 gift cards? Come on. That's a lot of people to bless. A lot of people. You're going to put smiles on some people's faces. That's good stuff. All right, so that's going to bring us to the end of today's car line competition. But I've got a little something extra special for teachers who are, kind of driving in on 2 wheels right now. As they're getting ready to start their day, I've got to play this for you because this is one of those situations that you probably see sometimes on a weekly, maybe even a daily basis. When somebody is at the top of the slide and they won't come down. Take a listen.
Honey, what are you doing? You were blocking everybody from the slide. You got to come down. Miss Smith said you've been sitting up here for 15 minutes. What seems to be the problem? You're mad at everybody? What's the problem? Oh, the boys won't let you play soccer. You guys go back to class. There's nothing to see here. She's going to come down in just a minute. The boys won't let you play soccer. Well, look, I will talk to the boys this afternoon, and I'll tell them to everybody that whoever wants to play soccer can play soccer, but you got to come down from here. Nobody wants to push you on the swing. Well, how about this? How about you push other people on the swing, and then maybe they'll give you a turn? Oh, you tried that? You pushed everybody for 15 minutes and nobody wanted to push you. Well, you know what? I'm sorry, but you got to get down from here. You are blocking all these children. Go back to class. She will be here in just a minute. Okay, look. You are the teacher. Slide down this slide and get yourself back to class. We have no more problems no more. I'm sorry that I want to play soccer with you. You are 46 years old and nobody can push you on the slide. It takes like 7 of them to push any adults on the slide. Slide down here, get back to class, and teach your students. Good Lord.
It's so good. Jerry Brooks is hilarious, and I had to share that. I hope it put a smile on your face, maybe even made you chuckle a little bit. Here's David Leonard and Josh Baldwin with Every Hour right here on the Lifeline Morning Show. Got your drive time devotion coming up shortly, so stick around for that. Thanks for hanging out with me.
This is Pastor Gary Kraft with your Drive Time Devotion. Have you noticed how early stores and even some families are decorating for each holiday? You may have noticed that Thanksgiving is just a moment over a meal, drowned out by the noise of Halloween and the glare of Christmas lights and glitter. Let me sound the alarm along with many others. Let's not let the spiritual heart of the holidays get cut out by gaudy merchandising. Thanksgiving should be more than a moment over an overdone meal. God has called us to a lifestyle of gratitude. A grateful heart is one of the keys to defeating your anger, self-pity, jealousy, and greed. A grateful heart gives birth to joy and contentment. A grateful heart acknowledges the goodness and generosity of God. Paul knew this when he commanded us to couple thanksgiving with our prayers to combat anxiety. We struggle with anxiety because we forget what God's already done, or we subtly take credit for it. Though Thanksgiving is over a month away, let's break tradition and get an early start and keep it going. We will probably find that we're much happier, less worried, and more peaceful than those rushing through the next holiday hoop that the retailers have put in front of us. Expecting us to perform like circus animals, spending, decorating, eating, regretting, then repeat, looking for a little glint of joy that only Jesus can give to the world. Let's pray. Holy Spirit, open our eyes to the unbelievable generosity and goodness of our Father. May gratitude be the result and color our move through the upcoming holidays. In Jesus' name, amen.
Well, it's been a while. We haven't really got to catch up, me and Bud. He calls every now and then, but they're short conversations. But he has a little something to share about Halloween night. You are going to laugh so hard. Stick around. Hey, good morning, bud.
Hey, we put 56 rolls of toilet paper on a buddy of mine's yard. Tuesday night. Rolled it, tied it around his dog's tail and all that.
That is awesome.
Trees, stole it over the house. Rolled his truck, mirrors, and all that.
You said you were probably going to do it, so you did. That is awesome, bud.
56 rolls, that's a lot of paper.
There's a lot of paper. I love it, dude.
That blue. That blue dollar store stuff. It's blue.
Yeah.
Is that cheap stuff?
Okay, yeah, I wouldn't
You
have.
shouldn't have to buy none for a while.
That's right.
56 rolls, that's a lot of paper.
That should last him for a while.
Huh?
That should last him for a good long while.
I used them 4 cases and then went and got 4 more cases. Used those and then went and got 4 more.
Yeah, does he know who did it?
Not yet.
All right.
You gotta tell Cassie that, ain't you?
Uh-huh. You know, the other day when you said something about taking Grace rolling with you, that got her. She was chuckling so hard. That was hilarious.
What'd you tell her?
No, she was listening to the radio when you said it, and she busted out laughing. She told me later that really got her.
What I said?
Yeah, she liked that a lot.
And we put 56 rolls on it, and then went over to my other buddy's house and put 36 on it, and used the rest of it.
Wow. 2 houses.
Yeah.
Yeah, looking
One
like.
was a big fine brick house over at Boaz. My doctor I use, I rolled as far out of his, buddy.
Well, that's
Dr. Go, you know Dr. Go?
Oh, I don't know. You need to be saying that on the radio. You want him to find. You want him to find out who it was.
I don't care if he finds it out. I rolled far out of his.
Oh, that's funny.
He knows who did it because he kicked the light on.
Oh, he did.
Yeah.
That's funny.
I told him when the other day I went to the clinic, I went to the doctor. I told him I was going to roll it.
All right. Rolling yards, Bud Williams. He told me he was going to, and sure enough, that's a lot of toilet paper. Oh, yeah. I'm glad he got the dollar store stuff, not the Charmin. Don't waste that on rolling yards, right? That's hilarious. So I just had to share it with you. Bud's a pretty crazy guy. He's got a heart of gold, though, so I just had to put it on here. All right, more great music headed your way. Stick around. We got some fun stuff to talk about. But right now, here's We the Kingdom with a really good song. It's called Jesus Does, right here on the Lifeline on your 88.5 JFM, making your day better and hopefully just a little more fun. Part of the beauty of having children is getting to kind of relive your childhood all over again through them. And that's something I'm really enjoying with my daughter, Grace. She'll be turning 9 coming up in December, but let's just say that she loves going to the park, and I love taking her to the park, whether it's here in Gunnersville or the one in Arab. Yeah, like in Arab where we live, we go to that one quite often, right? And they put up this new structure. It kind of reminds me of a spider web at the top of it. It's these really thick ropes. And the first time Grace ever encountered this thing, I made sure to stay right underneath her in case she fell through, because I didn't want her hurting herself. You hear about kids breaking legs and arms all the time on the monkey bars. So I was there, and she crawled over, and she crawled into the middle. And every now and then she'd kind of drop herself down and say, "Hey, Dad, catch me." She's a little bit of a thrill seeker. So I'd stand there and catch her and help her down. But now, more often than not, she'll crawl into the middle, then she'll crawl all the way over to the side and get herself down, which is awesome. You see them build confidence there, right? And here in Gunnersville, I love going to that park because when there are a lot of kids and they all are on that little merry-go-round thing, it's not like the old steel metal merry-go-round that I grew up on, but it's like a plastic one. I guess it's better for them. Anyway, they all get in there, and I ask them if they'd like for me to push. And of course they do. And I'll push a little bit, and I say, "All right, is this a good speed?" They'll go, "No, faster." And so I said, "All right, is this a good speed?" I'll get faster. "No, faster." I said, "Oh, you want more power?" And then I'll get it going just about as fast as I can. And those kids are squealing. It is hilarious. I haven't had anybody get sick quite yet. That and the pirate ship thing there in Gunnersville at the playground, that's a lot of fun too. So anyway, I think you can tell I have as much fun, if not more, than the kids do. Anyway, when's the last time you took your kid to the playground? Well, slides are a lot of fun, and I'm glad that they've come a long way since I was a kid, because when I was a kid, it was a metal slide. The rails, on the sides were barely there, if at all. And so that thing had been out in the sun all day. You burnt yourself. And yeah, if you were wearing shorts, you kind of would go and stop and go and stop and go and stop down that metal slide. But now with these plastic ones, well, they're a little better, right? A little safer too. But this is one of those things that's been a problem for as long as I can remember. The kid who gets off the slide and then gets right back on it at the bottom, trying to climb up to the top while other people are at the top wanting to slide down. It's infuriating, right? Well, there's a mom who posted a little something about that on her TikTok page, and she got a lot of flack for saying that she encourages her kid to try to climb up the slide. Why would she do that? Well, she's got an explanation or three. Take a listen, see what you think.
I'm so glad someone asked me why I encourage my kids to climb up the slide. I'm going to start with what I think is probably the more obvious reason, which is the gross motor skills. It's just a lot more engaging for their little bodies and muscles to climb up a slide versus like walking up a flight of stairs with a handlebar, which often most slides are on a playset. And they're essentially crawling up the slide, right? And anytime that you're crawling, you're having that cross-brain connection, which is so good for their little developing minds. And there's also a lot of social emotional benefits as well, and I think those are my favorite because they're often the most overlooked. Depending on the kid, the slide, and the skill set, they're often not going to make it their first attempt or every single time they try. And the risk to that is very minimal. It's like fun, right? They're sliding back down. They don't feel discouraged, and they're going to try again until they finally get to the top. And the confidence that they build from trying again and again and finally succeeding, again, is so good for their little developing minds. My favorite, I think, though, is it forces kids to take turns in more of an abstract way rather than like waiting in line. It's my turn after yours, you're next after me. Like, my kid knows that going down has the right of way. So if she's climbing the slide and somebody wants to go down, she'll slide down so that they can go down and have their turn, and she'll try again. Or sometimes if she's at the top, she'll ask like, hey, can I finish? And then I'll let you go down. So it forces communication and problem solving skills and like to look out for one another and these kind of unwritten rules of society. There's just a lot more to offer developmentally than climbing up a staircase, waiting in line, and going down a slide. It's just better for their brain.
What do you think about that? I mean, I love that she's able to cite reasons why it might be healthy for a kid to climb up the slide instead of, doing it correctly, but it's weird, right? I go to especially the one in Arab. You go to that one from time to time, the old structure that's over there, you got kids hanging off that thing like monkeys. I mean, they're on top of the little tube, but they're on top of the tube. You're supposed to be in the tube, not on top of the tube. And there are a lot of things that are going on. It's like that kid is going to get hurt if they fall. And luckily, I haven't seen anybody get totally, like, really bad hurt yet. But there are certain rules and certain things you're expected to do. I don't know. She actually posted, her first video was all about why she encourages her kids to climb up those slides. And that little video right there was video number 3 where she's describing why. But she's gotten a lot of flack for it from a lot of people who've seen a lot of bad things happen on those playgrounds with kids getting hurt. So moral of the story, do what's best for your kid. And, the rest, I guess, really doesn't matter. Just watch out for yours. Make sure they're being taken care of. And if you have to say something to a parent, well, then do it. But I would recommend finding the parent and not saying something to the kid. It can be kind of weird when you're yelling at somebody else's kid and the parent comes over and things get heated and it's not fun. It's a lot of drama on the playground. Hey, it reminds me of when I was a kid. There was a lot of drama then too, sometimes, but hey, it's supposed to be fun. And I'm not going to lie. Every now and then, I might swing, just a few swings on the swing just to remember what it feels like. There's just a rush of adrenaline when you go. Anyway, I'm 41 years old and I still swing. Yes, I do. That's right. You should too. Here's Jordan Feliz with The King is Alive right here on the Lifeline Morning Show on your 88.5 JFM, making your day better. Now let's whistle along. Now, I'd like to spend just a little bit of time shouting some people out. We've got Pell City listening right now on the stream. We've also got Huntsville and Skyline, Arab, Gunnersville, and Albertville. We've got Louisville, Kentucky hanging out with us. We had Powder Springs, Georgia earlier. Also, we had Madison Square Park in New York, New York. We had a listener there earlier. We've got Joel Modest listening to us from the Caribbean. He is on a cruise and taking us with him. Oh, I just wish that we could be there in person with you, Joel. I hope you're having a great time, man. And we've got our friends over in Helsinki, Finland. Thank you for hanging out with us as well. And I just want to make sure you understand this. Whether you are making us part of your day through the radio, through the stream, or on the podcast over on Spotify, you're the reason why we're here in the first place. We're trying to make your day just a little bit better, and I hope that we're living up to that slogan. More great music now. I got Rachel Lampa and Somebody to You right here on the Lifeline Morning Show. Do you remember when your vehicle actually had a knob for you to actually roll the windows up and down? Now we call it rolling the windows up and down, but you really press a button, so there's no actual rolling happening. Well, everything has gone, electric, and some cars now, not even relying on gas, they're totally electric. The Teslas, these other models as well that Ford and Chevy put out. Lexus has a few as well. So the question is, if there's ever a problem with the car, how can you open the door? If everything is electric, are you trapped? Well, I've got an answer for you, and it's something you need to know in case you have an electric car now or you're looking at getting one in the near future. So stick around, and we'll try to keep you safe right after Zach Williams. It wasn't too long ago, my little girl and I just left from the school, and we had to go to Walmart to pick up a few things. Sometimes she's excited about going to Walmart, other times not so much. And this day she wasn't too excited. I don't know. She was fidgeting in the back, and we had already parked the truck, and she'd been playing with the seatbelt, and she kind of got her foot all caught up in it and tangled, and she's like, "Dad, I need help." And I'm like, "No, you don't. You can get that out." She said, "No, I'm stuck." And so I got out of the truck, I went around there, opened the door, and I was able to get her out pretty easily. But that's a problem, getting stuck in your own vehicle, even as an adult. Can it happen? You better believe it can, especially with all of these new electric vehicles. Yeah. They don't make these manual releases on the inside of the door very easy to spot. In fact, your Model S for Tesla, it doesn't really have much that shows you, hey, this is a manual release. You kind of have to know where to look for it, but there is one there just in case there's no electricity in the car or something's wrong with it. There is a manual latch. You pull that and you can open the door. Otherwise, you press a button and everything, all these gizmos and gadgets start working and moving and the door releases. Well, it's not just that one either. There are some other electric models out there that have this latch, but some of them are close to the floorboard. Some of them are on the door. You just have to know where to look, like the Chevy Corvette or the Ford Mustang Mach-E, the Lexus NX. These are all models that have this manual latch somewhere there on the driver's side. You just have to know where to look. So the moral of this story is know where those latches are in case there is an emergency and you have to get out of the vehicle. And you might have to just search through your owner's manual to find exactly where it is, but it's always good to know. That way you can be safe and not stuck in your own vehicle. That would be awful, wouldn't it? So anyway, just wanted to pass that along, trying to keep you safe. I know I don't see a whole lot of electric vehicles out on the roads these days around here, but I've been seeing more and more. A lot of Tesla's been rolling down these streets. I kind of want to tell you about something, but I don't know if I quite should. Like when you're rolling down the road and you see a Volkswagen Beetle? Yeah, it's a game we all play. It's called Slug Bug, or some people call it Punch Buggy. Whenever you see one, you kind of tap the next person on you say, "Slug Bug," and it gives you a reason to hit them. It's just fun. Well, there's a new game with Tesla, and I'm going to say it without saying it, okay? So Tesla, it's alliteration. Everything starts with a T, okay? So remember when you were a kid and somebody would pinch you? They'd say, this is a certain kind of twister. Well, it's a Tesla, this twister. That's the new game that we play going down the road. At least I threaten to, and it's hilarious. It's so funny. Every time I see a Tesla, I start making this pinching motion toward my wife or my little girl, and I'm like, hey, it's a Tesla. And they chuckle so hard. It's hilarious. This one is for the little people. Yeah, the people who feel insignificant and small compared to the giants of the world. Maybe even look through your Bible and you can remember the main characters, like some really heavy hitters. We're talking about Samson. We're talking about maybe, David. Goliath. We're talking about these people. We know their stories. But what about the others that were part of those stories? You know, the ones who didn't seem as important. Well, I got a little something to share with you. I came across this yesterday, and I thought, oh, this is so good. This is going to hit somebody just the right way, and I hope it's you.
There's more little names we've forgotten in the Bible or we can't pronounce. You know those names you just like, your mouth starts to move all types of ways. All these people we can't pronounce, all these people we don't know in the Bible, there's more of them than the big names. And I think we tend to think God's assignment is attached to being known to the world. In fact, I would better yet to say the assignment isn't to be known by the world, but it is to make God known to the world. So God's assignment for you may not be huge in terms of man's recognition, but you, listen to me, you have a special assignment from the Lord.
And you are important, so never forget that. You might not be known by a lot of people, but you are mighty in what God has called you to do. You are important. So keep up the good work. Here's Sanctus Real with Safe in My Father's Arms, right here on the Lifeline Morning Show. Thank you for listening. So I am a girl dad, right? My daughter is almost 9 years old, and there are some milestones I've seen her cross, and I've been so happy for her, from her first word to taking her first steps and all the stuff in between. All the fun things too, learning how to play different sports. She's been playing volleyball. In fact, she's got a tournament game tonight, right here in Guntersville. And she's played soccer, and she does tumble, and it's just so much fun watching her grow up. But can I be honest with you? There are some milestones I'm not looking forward to. Because I don't know how to handle them. One is when she finally has a boyfriend and he comes over and wants to take her out on a date. First off, I don't know how old I'm going to let her be when that happens. I have no clue. My wife is going to help me with that decision, I'm sure. But, it's one of those things. It's like trusting another guy to take my daughter out on a date. That's going to be hard for me. I've joked with people before saying, yep, I need to go buy a shotgun just so I can have it, at the house, kind of pretend like I'm cleaning it when he comes to pick her up, that kind of thing. Yeah. But there are other things too that I don't feel like I'm equipped for. I don't feel like as a guy that I can handle these particular things, these lady things very easily. It's going to be kind of weird things to navigate, right? One in particular is that coming of age kind of thing. And I'm glad that I can rely on the advice of some other people who've been there before me. Some dads who love their daughters and have walked through that same thing. And so I can kind of figure out how am I going to handle this situation when it comes. Because I'm a guy. I don't know how this stuff works. Well, I'm glad the majority of what they tell us anyway, demographically, the majority of people who listen to Christian radio are females from 25 to 55. So I've got a lot of moms. I've got a lot of grandmas, aunts. I've got all kinds of ladies listening right now. And I've got some guys listening too. And I want to play something for you. And I don't want you to get mad at me for it. It talks a little bit about that coming of age, but it's so funny and it's so relatable. So I'm going to hit play, and here's the story. A little something that it might be fun. This is actually making me think this time of her life might actually be fun when we reach that milestone. So here it is.
It's aggressive.
What?
Yeah, the whole period thing?
Yeah.
Oh, no, I did not see that coming.
No one told you about that.
Well, I knew it was going to happen. I just didn't think I'd be around. My oldest got hers first. That's how it happens, right? And so we can talk. She gets hers. Thank God I wasn't there. I was on the road. I would have ruined that.
Yeah.
I'd be like, all right, you go to the river and do laundry for a week. You're dirty. She melted down. She told my wife, I'm not ready to be a big girl. I don't want to be a big girl. And my wife's like, honey, this is life. They got donuts. Watch Downton Abbey. Done.
Right.
I came home.
So she handled it perfectly.
Oh, I came home. She's like, George, I got her period. And I was like, what do you need me to do? She's like, we got it. Isla, my youngest, got hers on a Friday. Now on Fridays, my wife goes to therapy and her chiropractor. So Isla got hers at school, called the house. I answered. She's like, Dad, I got my period. I was like, prank call her. I was like, you called the wrong number. Call your mom. But then I started thinking, she's panicking. She needs a parent. I'm like, all right, I can handle this. I go, okay, how'd you get it? Like, is it traumatic?
Yes, sure.
Were you accepting an award in front of the whole school? Or, like, my wife got hers at a football game wearing white pants. It was an Alabama football game, so her dad was like, she bleeds school colors, roll tide. I'm on the other line. I'm all right. I can handle this. I go, okay, baby, what do you need from me? New pants, new panties, new socks? Did it get in your socks? Like a bucket of towels, some garlic. We got to keep the vampires away. And then she's like, Dad, I'm fine. Mom gave me a go bag. And I go, then what are you calling me for? She was like, I need you to go to the store and get supplies. I'm throwing a period party tonight. You never heard of this?
Period party?
You never heard of this?
I've never heard of that.
Dude, this is real. This is real. She goes, Dad, I'm throwing a period party. I'm like, what's that? She goes, I need you to go to the store and get a red velvet cake. I'm like, dude, all the girls are throwing them, Dad. Red velvet cake and icing so we can name my period.
What?
And that's what I said. I go, who names their period? She's like, Georgia named hers after the girl from Progressive Auto Insurance.
That actually makes sense.
Yeah. And then she's like, Dad, please, I got 10 people coming tonight. I go, 10 people? She goes, yeah, 8 girls and 2 boys. I go, who invites boys to a period party? She's like, that's the fun of it, Dad. We don't tell them why they're there. Now I'm like, I'm in. Let's do it. Let's go. Dude, I had the best time of my life.
So what did you get?
Oh, I got beet juice, pomegranate juice, pasta with marinara sauce, ketchup and fries, red velvet cake. My wife called, she's like, what are you doing? I'm going, oh, Isla got her period, I'm getting her a red velvet cake. My wife's like, I go, yeah, we're having a period party, and it was awesome. The period party, I hope to God you hear it in a positive manner, and you fathers get to throw your daughter a period party, because it was awesome. These 2 boys the whole time have red cake all over their face like they're cage fighters, and they're like, who's Jason?
What? She named it Jason?
Because she got her period on Friday the 13th.
Oh!
From 37 to 43 degrees across North Alabama right now. Tons of sunshine and blue sky and those changing fall colors out there. Those leaves are gorgeous. I hope you're having a great morning so far. Well, your word of life today comes to you from John, chapter 14, verse 26, in the New Living Translation of the Bible. But when the Father sends the advocate as my representative, that is the Holy Spirit, he will teach you everything and will remind you of everything I have told you. Yes, I'm so glad that we have him in our lives. He's guiding us. He's leading us. He's helping us along the way. And I'm so glad. But, our responsibility is to follow his lead. And how are you doing that? How do you plan on doing that today? Do you keep your eyes and ears open? Are you aware of what's going on around you? Do you listen to him kind of nudging you to do this or to do that to help somebody out? Yeah? If it's been a while, quieten down a little bit and ask him to lead you. Who knows? You might hear his voice and do that thing and see what happens. It's going to knock your socks off. He's so good at stuff like that. Hey, why don't you share that word of life with somebody? We've got it ready for you across all of our socials and at the top of our website, 885jfm.com. Here's Tasha Layton with Never right here on the Lifeline Morning Show. Ever feel like you're being stretched 20 different directions? You're like, yeah, that's where I live, Stephen. What's new about that? Well, I've got a little something to share with you that I think is going to maybe help you a little bit. Decide, where you need to put that time. And it's nothing to make us feel bad, but it's everything to help us remember just a couple of truths. So stick around and we'll get into it next. Samantha said it was a Sunday morning, and my husband and I had played rock, paper, scissors to determine who got to do the solo drive with our 8-year-old to his football game. The other was sentenced to getting the other kids ready and out the door an hour later to meet us there. Well, I won, but I didn't realize I had hit the lottery until a bit into the drive. At first, the win was just about getting the less hard task, mostly because it involved 3 fewer kids. But as it turned out, that 25 minutes of one-on-one time with my 8-year-old son was pure magic. With 4 kids 10 and under, one-on-one time is virtually non-existent. Well, that's not entirely true. My 2.5-year-old gets a lot of it while her older 3 siblings are in school, but for the others, it's rare. So the minute we pulled out of the driveway, it was like my 8-year-old son had been granted a special solo center stage where he could finally tell me all the things and ask me all the questions without any chaos or interruptions. First, he actually told me about school, his seat, his classmates, and a million tiny details about his day. I started to ask him things about his classroom, his favorite activities, and recess. "You can ask me more things if you want," he said, clearly appreciating the fullness of my attention and interest in all of his stuff. Then he talked about the game we were on our way to. He talked about his feelings, how he gets nervous each week before games, and how that feeling goes away once the game starts. I then shared funny stories about my own childhood athletics, and we laughed together at the ridiculousness of it all. He then started to teach me all about football. As a novice myself, I know very little about the game other than the basics, but he knows a ton, it turns out, and was delighted to tell me. He went through all of the positions and their jobs. Then he talked about the plays that his team runs and what everyone's job is during those plays. And then it was on to professional football. He shared facts about his favorite players and their teams while I asked questions that he eagerly answered. And as we got closer to our destination, he started asking me questions about my life and my job. He asked me what it's like to be a mom and what my favorite things are about having 4 kids. And while I answered, he listened thoughtfully, so invested and interested in my answers. It was the most amazing and enjoyable conversation. And at that moment, I started to feel sad. A wave of guilt rushed over me as I realized how much we both needed this car ride. It had been way too long since we had solo time, and of course, his siblings must feel the same way. They're all deserving of more regular and consistent doses of their mother's undivided attention. Every kid is deserving of that. So, with 4 kids, a job, a house, and a million other little things, how do I make that happen? Fast forward a couple of weeks, and I've decided that spending my energy feeling guilty does nothing. And planning extravagant one-on-one experiences is unrealistic and not even necessarily what they actually want. Instead, I'm carving out little pockets of time where I can. I'm putting my phone down while we're sitting on the couch so I can ask thoughtful questions. I'll take a quick walk around the block with just one, or take the long way home after gymnastics pickup. Individual attention is important, but it doesn't have to be grand. It can just be a little bit longer than average car ride, but it can mean the world for both of us. Wow. It is so hard to divide our time where it needs to be, but making that time available is so important for our kids and for all of our loved ones. So I think Sam taught us all a little something right there. I'm so glad for her light bulb moment. Thanks for hanging out with me here on the Lifeline Morning Show. Well, we've come to the end of the show, and so I get to kind of reminisce a little bit. I need to tell you today's inspiring quote of the day, but you see, I've had 4 hours to marinate on it. So what is it saying now? I love how things work that way. Give it a little time, and things look a little different. So here we go. Today's inspiring quote is from Mother Teresa, who said, "Go out into the world today and love the people you meet. Let your presence light new light in the hearts of people." I want you to think about that. You have that kind of power because you have the light living on the inside of you. And let's be honest, this world is a really dark place. You flip on the TV, you see it. You look through your news feed, you see it. You hear it. This, that, and the other, this war, that thing going on across the country, that thing happening across the world. And it makes you a little scared sometimes. It makes you fearful for the future. I know for some people who are deciding, it's time to start a family, they're kind of second guessing. It's like, do I want to bring a child up in this? But let me just assure you, there are some good things happening in this world. And guess what? You're a part of it. You're one of the good things in this world, and you can impact the people around you in ways you never thought possible. So how can you be a light today? Now, sure, it can be by sharing your faith, but one thing I found is it's important to live it out loud. When people see you following the example of Jesus, when they see you helping the needy, when they see you spending time with the people who are downcast and the people who feel like they're less than, when they see you giving of your time and your energy and your resources to help other people, they'll see Jesus right here on earth. Isn't it cool being his representative? Yeah? So I want you to think about ways that you can share your light with people today, because it is the light that we're talking about, all right? And thank you so much for hanging out with me here on the Lifeline Morning Show. It has been an absolute blast. I want to make sure that you're aware of a few things. Okay, first, we have a streaming site, right? Go to our website, hit the On Now button, press play. That's going to take you over to our very own streaming site where you can listen to us 24/7. And we would absolutely love to be in the background throughout your day. And whenever you need a little inspiration, just turn the volume up a little bit. But we'd love to just be there with you every step of the way to let you know you're not alone. You know, we're in this thing together. Plus, the other thing I want to make sure that you're aware of is this show, all the talking segments, they'll be put together as a podcast and put up afterwards over on Spotify. So at 10:15 this morning, you can go over there and find today's episode. And if you like what you hear, or maybe you heard something this morning, you want somebody else to hear it, please share it with a friend. You can even subscribe. It's a lot of fun, and you can listen to it at your leisure whenever you want to. So just wanted to make sure that you knew it's there. Just go over to Spotify and type in Lifeline Morning Show Podcast, and you'll find it right there. All right, that's going to wrap it up for me. I'll see you right back here tomorrow from 6 to 10 for another Lifeline Morning Show. I can't wait. We're going to have some more fun.